Hey, Chris here from AV.technology. I'm here with Andy in the Meyer Sound stand. TIGRA is the big news.
Absolutely.
Tell me about TIGRA in 2 minutes. What's the pitch of TIGRA? What's its main reason for being?
Well, the point of TIGRA really comes out of the success we've had with Panther and the feedback from our users, all the things that have made Panther it's our best-selling large format line array ever, and it's only been out for just over 3 years now. The users want that performance. They love the way Panther sounds. They love the flexibility. But not everybody has shows that scale all the way up to stadiums. So we've got Panther in use right now in stadium shows, actually stadium shows through to theatres. The last Chip musical has just started up in Amsterdam in a theatre with a Panther system. Ed Sheeran's just started his Southeast Asia run in New Zealand and now moving to Australia in stadiums with Panther. So it scales really well between that, but now with TIGRA, we're looking to bring that performance into a scale that's slightly lower. So now we're looking at from small theatres, ballrooms, up into arenas, deliver that same experience for people.
So it's suitable for most jobs most of the time. Where Panther's up here, you've got TIGRA forming. It's a solution for just about anything.
That is pretty much exactly the brief. You've kind of nailed it there. It's the spot where the majority of the live performance industry is working in. It's from a couple of hundred up to a good few thousand. Somewhere in that is a really big range of different venue sizes, different venue shapes, different venue formats, different venue styles. So we want something versatile, super flexible, but delivering on that self-powered performance promise that really has captured people's imagination with Panther.
Panther was incredible it was a technology sort of triumph, it's not, let's not, sort of beat around the bush, because of the way you managed to put so much performance, and I guess the SPL target in a small, comparatively small enclosure. Like, what's the sort of headline, I guess, tech kind of victories you've had with TIGRA? Like, what's it doing that you're most proud of technology-wise?
Well, the whole, first of all, thank you for what you just said about Panther. That's very cool. Really, the technology behind Panther has evolved, even in those 3 years. We've moved on. What we're delivering with this whole generation of products, actually in the Ultra series as well, is we're really delivering on the self-powered promise. The fact that we develop our drivers alongside our amplifiers means that those two teams are working in tandem, and we've got 30 plus years of doing that. And so we're constantly evolving what's possible, and we're getting more performance out of the size of loudspeaker that we're producing. And that doesn't happen by just sitting around and still using the same tech. And so we've got a new generation of amplifiers, a new generation of drivers. To get that into TIGRA, we're looking at adopting some of the brand new materials that went into the high frequency driver in X80 coming through into TIGRA. So with every new opportunity, we're looking at, not just how can we engineer this better, but what new materials are out there? What different ways are there of building these components? And how can those teams work together to get maximum efficiency out of the size and weight of a loudspeaker? And that's what's really captured the imagination of Panther, and we'll now do the same with TIGRA.
Yeah, because I guess people around the industry a while, when they think of Meyer Sound, they think heavy box.
Yeah. Absolutely. You go back to the UPA days. Everybody knew a UPA went incredibly loud for its size. Incredibly loud, far louder than anything else of a comparable size. But everybody also knew the UPA was heavy.
Sure.
Of course it was. But now we see that advantage, that efficiency. We're 30 years on developing the efficiency of the amps and the drivers, and the core technology has got lighter. We've got new ways of designing the cabinets. We've got new amplifier technology, new electronic components, new materials in the drivers. All of that, it's kind of shifted that around. So where Meyer Sound products can be put into a comparison table against non-self-powered, and we come out lighter.
Yes.
And that really is delivering on all that work those engineers have done for years back at the factory on developing this efficiency.
And finally, I guess to round off TIGRA as a system, tell us about the sub.
Well, the sub's really important. The 1800 LFC is sized that it matches with TIGRA perfectly. So users will be able to fly it or ground stack it together with TIGRA. That's really important for flexibility. But also it's important because we're building a family that will work together. And so TIGRA's performance, we talked about matching it to Panther. The frequency response of TIGRA will be matched to Panther. It's just lower in SPL. Likewise, the frequency response of the 1800 LFC, that'll be matched to the 2100 LFC, just lower in SPL. And that means they're much more of a cohesive family. If I want to use TIGRA with 2100 LFC, no compromise. It's perfectly set up to work. Likewise, if I want to support Panthers with 1800 LFCs, there's no compromise. This family becomes very, very plug and play for people to use together, knowing common sonic attributes. They're just going to play well.
I said finally. Finally. You're obviously not demoing it at the trade show here, so when are we first going to hear it?
So what we've actually got here are pre-production prototypes. So our sales team and tech team here have got a nice little list from me of these are all the things that we know are already going to change. The formal launch of TIGRA happens in March, and then the first demos will start in April, initially in the US, but as we go through the rest of the year, we'll be rolling out a demo program around the world. And I know a lot of the dealers and distributors who are here at ISE are already starting to talk to us about when later in the year they want to hold events in their countries. So yeah, starting in April, TIGRA's going to be out there for demoing. It ships in May, and we've already got some exciting opportunities through the summer where it's going to turn up on some festivals and events from some of the early adopters. So yeah, later this summer, people will be able to hear it and see what we're talking about.
Good stuff. Right. Thanks
Chris. Thanks a lot.